Kevin, you mentioned you wanted a similar performance to last week without the sloppy errors. Is that what you got to do?
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with obviously the result. I just said to him in there before the game that we're playing against the team, and I said in the programme notes who's got the best away record in the league. And I think also coupled with the attention we've had on the day, with obviously Football Focus being here, we could quite easily got carried away with the occasion, but just gave him a few reminders beforehand that, you know, we've got a football match to win. We're up against a very good side, very well organised side, and we have to have a top performance. And was it a top performance? It was a fantastic result. I thought we started the game a little bit sloppy, but then our intensity of our play got better. I think the movement, the options for players was better. We ran harder and we finished the first half very, very strongly. Of course, got our lead, and you know the half-time talk was pretty much the same. Can we raise the levels yet again? Because we felt they probably would tire with the game Tuesday and the travelling, but to be fair to them, they didn't, and we had to find another way of winning. And obviously getting the second goal was huge for us, Cedric getting that. And then we had to dig in the last 10 minutes. And I just said to him in there, there's all different ways of winning football matches. It's not going to be pretty all the time against a good quality side who just put us under pressure. But, you know, we defended the box with our lives to a man. You know, people were putting themselves on the line. Miles was coming out, catching things, being dominant, clearing our lines. And that's another way of winning football matches and seeing the game out. So I thought, you know, overall, it was a very, very good team performance.
We had that great chance early on, which Will McGowan put over the bar, but did he show his class as a bounce back from that instead of that first goal as well?
Will's a cracking little player. You know, he's got his opportunity. He was left out for a bit. You know, he come back in. He's taken his opportunity, and that's all I can ask players to do. You know, and give me a headache. It's not nice being left out, but you know, I ask for a response or a reaction when you get your opportunity. And Will's been excellent since he's come in. I think he's kind of found a position that really suits him because he likes to run in behind. You know, he likes to get on the ball and create. And you know, I would have backed him 9 times out of 10 to score that. But you know, at least he's in the position which pleased me.
Cedric Main got the second goal. It seemed to be a very popular goal scorer. He's had a bit of a frustrating time, hasn't he? It must be really pleasing for you to see him on the score sheet.
Yeah, it was. You know, of course, at some point I was going to look to get him on the pitch today, and you know, I have to utilise the subs now when we get to this stage of seasons because players are picking up knocks. You know, of course, Blair Adams was a slight concern before the game. A doubt fitness test comes through, and he was magnificent the way he got through it. So we managed to get him off. You know, with Mitch in there, you know, he hasn't played a lot of football over the last 2 years, so we're just trying to look after him. So it's, you know, and JJ as well hasn't played for a couple of weeks, so it's a squad game in there. You know, it's nothing's personal when I take a player off or I leave a player out. You know, I was leaving. Unfortunately, Connor wasn't going to make the squad today, but obviously Hodgie got injured in a warm up. Bang, you're in. You know, you're on the bench. That's what happens in football. Again, I have to make tough decisions. It's going to upset some people, but that's part and parcel of my job.
A clean sheet today as well. It's a very welcome thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely. That's the first thing I said to him in there. I just said, what am I most pleased about today? And I opened it up to them, and of course, being John Shaw, being a defender, he said a clean sheet, and I was. You know, you can't underestimate what a clean sheet does to a squad, and you know, obviously the 2 goals potentially could come down to goal difference at the end of the season. So it's huge that we keep a clean sheet. But just for their confidence, I'm delighted more for them that they've battled. They haven't conceded a goal. They defended a box with their lives, and you know, we win the game.
You got some minutes out of Sam Wyland as well in the second half. Was it really pleasing to get him on the pitch?
Yeah, of course. You know, again, you know, I was probably going to look to get him on at some point. You know, delighted for him. It's, you know, he's been used to playing in front of nobody, and the under-23s, maybe 50 to 100 people, to come and play in front of 2,500 people. I think we're here today, maybe even more. You know, he would have been a little bit nervous, but he didn't show it. And you know, he's got qualities, and he'll just get better and better. So he's a great addition to our squad.
You mentioned the occasion before. Obviously, Football Focus being here, more than 2,500 people here. It was a really good day to be involved in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cracking. You know, and we thank Football Focus, of course, for picking us. And you know, I said to the players before, and we can't get distracted by that. You know, it was great for them to come, but as a manager, you know, you'd rather not have it. But I understand for the football club, it's a great bit of exposure for us. Because we know that millions and millions of people watch the programme, and I just said let's cap the day off with a win and send these supporters away happy, and we've done that today. So, 5 games to go. We'll again, I'll look after the lads this week. We'll have plenty of rest, and then we'll train when we need to, and then we'll be another away game next week. So, I think I don't need to highlight the importance, and our away record isn't particularly great of late, but we'll go into that game full of confidence, that's for sure.
In a word on Sam as well, obviously withdrawn in the warm-up there. Is there anything too serious to worry about there?
He just rolled his ankle on Thursday. It was just an innocuous one, no one near him, he just landed, twisted it. And it must be, fairly, I wouldn't say bad, but for him, he's such a tough little character. For him to, pull himself out in the warm-up then, shows that he's got a lot of, maturity about him, because I know a lot of players would try and kid you and try and get through it, but he's a team player and he showed that today. So, hopefully, again, he'll have a good week treatment now and hopefully be fine for next weekend.
Just finally, a word for all the fans today. Obviously, they came out in the numbers again on non-league day, the biggest home crowd of the season.
It's magnificent again. It's just, I wouldn't say football surprises me, but for them to turn up in their droves. Of course, the weather brings a lot of people out, but it was a magnificent, turnout. Atmosphere was excellent, and I can't stress enough how much it helps the players. Whether you play in front of 2,500 or 80,000, it can half make a massive difference. So yeah, again, we've sent them away happy.